Alrighty. What's up, everybody? It is I, your Tribal God of Extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a Labor Day video, right here, on the home of all things ranting, the very legend fucking dairy home of all things ranting. It is G Rant. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit the subscribe button down there in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on the video if you like. You don't have to. If you want to, you can, but don't leave stupid comments. You'll get sent to the Shadow Realm, where Satan and Ozzy will eat your soul. So, don't do that. Go do it on your dead channel that nobody gives two fucks about. And we got that. So, subscribe to this channel, my other channels as well. Like the video. Dislike the video. I don't really give two fucks, but leave a comment if you want to. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget, please, don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you do, you need to get popped in the mouth. Because you are SOL. You know what that means by now, and if you don't know what it means, you better look it up. Because you might get popped in the mouth again. And that's that. And if you're brand new here, if you've never seen my channel before, and you're here for the very first time, well, hi, how you doing? I'm Peter Joseph, anime content creator, talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, or whatever I feel like talking about. And if you like the video, please give it a like. If you want more, hit the bell. And if you want even more than that, please subscribe to the channel. That's right. Now, on the road to 550 subscribers. We're getting over that hump now. We're pretty much on the road to 525, on the 550. And we'll see what happens with that. And we will move on with that. Right here on the legendary channel. Alright, so if you're brand new, well, welcome to the party, pal. Grab yourself a cold one. Whatever you drink, that's apple juice. So, whatever you're drinking while you're watching my videos, sit back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, go fuck yourself. That's pretty much it. It is what it is. That's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this beautiful start of the beautiful month of September, it is Labor Day. Next year will be a little bit later than it is now, but it is September the 1st, 2025. Happy Labor Day, everybody. You're having a barbecue later today. Be safe, be well. Depending on the weather, of course. If it's raining like cats and dogs, bring it inside. And just have a chill day. But you're going to the beach today. You know, some places might be a little bit warm, might be a little bit chilly. But, you know, at least go out, have fun, wherever you're going, and have a great Labor Day. That's that. We got Raw coming up for the people in overseas. That's going to be starting at 2 p.m. If you have a VPN, you can watch that. If you don't, well, fuck you. You have to wait till 8. So, I'm going to be watching that in about an hour and a half, because I do have a VPN. So, I'm going to be watching that. Should be some good stuff today on Raw. The fallout from Clash in Paris, which I'll get to, that video I'll get to in a little bit before we get to Raw today. And then I got my other Labor Day festivities to worry about later. But in any case, should be a good Raw. Adam Pearce already on X. Have a couple good matches coming out of Clash in Paris. We'll see what happens with the new vision of Seth freaking Rollins' hot wife, Becky Lynch, the man, who retained her title against that slut Nikki Bella. And Seth retained over CM Puke, Jey Uso, the Yeet Man, and Eli Drake. That's not an insult, that's a fact of life. So, we're here from the new vision. And also we got Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, who I don't think will be on the show because they got suspended indefinitely after the hellacious attack they gave my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Still put up your ones, because we love Roman. Well, they writ him off. You know, basically he's done. He's going to go film Street Fighter with Cody. You know, so I don't know when Roman's going to be back, if it's going to be at Crown Jewel, or it's going to be at the Survivor Series. Who knows? So we're going to get an update, medical update on Roman. But I think originally they said he went for some MRIs at the hospital. He went to a medical facility. So basically, Roman is out indefinitely. That's what they're gonna say. But we all know what he's going to be filming Street Fighter. I don't even think he has a big part in that movie. He's playing Akuma, but I mean, he shouldn't be filming for a long time. So unless it's a big part. Akuma, I don't think is a big part unless he's the last guy in the freaking movie, which really is M. Bison, but, you know. Then again, it could be Akuma. I don't know. But I don't see Roman in that movie for a long time. Cody, I know he plays Guile. He'll probably be in a movie on and off, so. And then I think, 50 Cent is playing, Mike Tyson fighter Balrog, so I doubt he'll be in a movie that long. Braun Strowman, I believe, is playing Zangief, the Russian. Should have been Rusev. I mean, think about it. Even though he's Bulgarian, but, you know. He would have been perfect for Zangief. He kind of looks like him, in a way, but, you know, he's smaller, but Zangief's, like, big. But still. Rusev, crash! No. Not a pussy, yeah! Okay. So we got that. But it should be a good movie whenever Street Fighter does come out. I think it's next year. But, yeah, who cares? At least it'll be better than the first one with Jean-Claude Van Damme and the late great, can't think of his name. Not Raul Julia, I forgot his name, but he was in the Addams Family. I can't think of the guy's name, but it wasn't a bad movie per se, but Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Guile. And then who the hell is these guys playing Ken and Ryu? Who? I don't even know who's playing Ken and Ryu in this fucking movie, the new movie, the updated one, not the updated. Well, I guess it is updated. I don't even know who's playing Ken and Ryu. I don't know who's playing Chun-Li. I want to know. There better be some hot Chinese Oriental chick. Really should have been Zelina Vega. Just saying. But even though Zelina Vega was a playable character in Street Fighter 6 and did commentary for it, so you know. But if Zelina Vega was in the movie, she'd probably play herself. Now we got that, but you know. So we'll see what happens on Raw coming up in about an hour and a half on your VPN right now. Oh, not now, but 2 o'clock. Because it's 8 o'clock in Paris. We're still in Paris, so after today, we're going back to the States after, pretty much after tonight. Back in the States for SmackDown this Friday night, which I believe is in Philly, I think. I don't even know where it is. I think it's in Philly, who cares? You're back in the States at a normal time slot! But I digress. So, enjoy that. Alright, before we get to Raw, ladies and gentlemen, we got baseball today. Mets in Detroit coming up in about a half hour or so from now. I don't know about this series. I think the Mets will get destroyed because Tigers are a good team. They're top of the AL Central right now. They got a good pitching staff. Mets are throwing Sean Manaea, the fake tribal chief, today. And then Nolan McLean, I think, is pitching tomorrow. Hopefully that's a win there, but... And then I believe Clay Holmes on Wednesday. Jonah Tong! The Tongan flamethrower, I call him. He's not Tongan, but, we call him Tong. He's pitching Friday in Cincinnati, which is going to be a big series because Cincinnati won yesterday. The Mets... wildcard lead shrinks down to 4 games, but thankfully, JD and his stupid Braves did the Mets a solid. They won, and didn't get swept, thankfully, but the Mets just stunk up the joint yesterday. So the lead for the Phillies stays at 6. And then they got Walker Buehler, oh boy. And he dominates in the playoffs, so I'm not looking forward to that if the Mets and the Phillies are in the playoffs. I do not like that series. Because if Walker Buehler is on his game like he was last in the World Series, Mets have no shot. But, we'll see. He could throw a stinker, but well, we hope. But we got that. All right, we got that. Football on Thursday. Can't wait. Tomorrow, the NFL preview video coming out. I can't wait. 49ers! Sunday at 4 p.m. I don't know if it's on Fox here in New York. I hope it is. The Giants will play the Commanders at 1 on Fox. The Jets, I forgot who they play. I think they're at 1 or 4. I don't even know, but I don't have the schedule in front of me because I don't have the book anymore, so. Yeah, I don't get, by the way, I don't get the yearbook that I usually get. Because sometimes I can't find it in stores and it's very hard to get on, online. Sometimes I do buy it and it comes like 3 weeks later. I'm like, come on. So when I do the review, when I want to get it, it's not in stock sometimes. It pisses me off, and it costs like $13, $14 now, so every year it goes up. Like my dick in your mom's ass, but it's no story for another time. But I'm still going to do it tomorrow. It's going to be great. So, football's back. Can't wait for that. College football starting. And man, was it pouring in Miami for that Miami Notre Dame game. Woo! Felt like a hurricane, no pun intended, at that stadium. Was it not at the Orange Bowl? No, I was thinking of the Dolphins playing Hard Rock Stadium, but not there. But the Orange Bowl looked like a freaking monsoon. They still played the game. Not in the monsoon, obviously. They had to wait till the rain stopped. But it was pouring. I felt bad for the people tailgating. All I saw was tents. So like, holy shit, what is this? A freaking shelter out there? What the hell? I don't even know who won the game. I didn't watch all of it, so. I know Florida, the Gators, like, wiped the floor with LIU. I think Alabama won. Clemson, like, destroyed somebody. Not that I watch a lot of college football, but I know that, FSU, the fans still in the field, and, well, they might get, the school might get in trouble for that. I mean, that's stupid. That is not stupid for the fans. I'm stupid for the administration of FSU. I'm just saying. We can't do that. It is not right to the integrity of our freaking campus. Fuck you. If I want to storm the field, I'm going to storm the field. After the game. I'm going to do it. I don't give a fuck. If we won the national title or we won something, I'm storming the field. It looks like I'm around the field. If I'm like in the upper deck, no, I'm not going to stay here. But we get that. Anyway, moving on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another legendary rant. Right here on the legendary rant channel, PG Rants. So, the last rant I did was about Raja Jackson, the son of Quinton Rampage Jackson, and what he did to Psycho Stu. That whole debacle. Cops are looking for him. I don't know if they got him. They're still investigating. Thankfully, Psycho Stu is coherent now. He's on the mend. That's good. I don't know when he's going to get out of the hospital yet. But he has a lot of injuries right now. I assume he's going to have a lot of PTSD. That's post-traumatic stress disorder. So, I mean, it's not good. But the good thing is, AJ Mana, I don't know if it's the owner or, I think not the president, obviously, but he runs that promotion, what the incident happened. He got fired! And I'm happy about that. Get him out. He should be in jail, too. If he hasn't already been, he should be in jail. And Roger's going to jail, too, and he's going for life. He should go for life. But knowing the horrible fucking justice system in this country, he's going to get off lightly. Most likely. Maybe a couple years, if lucky. If I was Psycho Stu's family, I would want him in jail for a very long time. Because someone's killed their son. You know, thankfully, he's recovering, but still. Roger should be in jail for at least 10 years. At least 10. I give him life, but... Because he, like, attempted murder, that's 1. Assault and battery, that's 2 and 3. I mean... It's just insane. And thankfully, WWE doesn't want anything to do with Knox Pro Academy. Which is really Rikishi's thing. So Rikishi kind of has egg on his face. What are you gonna do? But we got that. So check out that rant a video ago. But this rant, and I've done a few rants about this particular subject. You know, I've been a fan of wrestling since 1981. 44 years being a wrestling fan. And I'm 48, mind you. I was a little bitty hoaxer dude. You know, when I started watching wrestling, my nono, you know, my grandpa on my mother's side got me into wrestling. And then, you know, when I was in Catholic school, yeah, I was a Catholic school guy. You know, me and my friends would watch wrestling. My dad took me to WrestleMania 1 at MSG. I went to WrestleMania 3 at the old Nassau Coliseum before pay-per-view when they had the closed-circuit TV shit. That was fun. I was on the floor and everything. It was great. Then I went to WrestleMania 10 at the Garden, WrestleMania 20 at the Garden. I went to some house shows with WWE at the Garden. Not so much the Barclays Center. You know, but I've been to the Hammerstein many times. And I'm a passionate wrestling fan. I love watching wrestling every week, you know, because I got nothing else to do. You know, and I'm very passionate about wrestling, about the wrestlers. Because wrestling is a sport! Don't give me that sports entertainment bullshit. It's a sport. And I proved that it's a sport. Not collegiate wrestling. I'm talking about pro wrestling. It's a sport. Shane Douglas will tell you, right, Shane? The sport of professional wrestling. And if you don't like it, you can suck my ass. Okay, calm down, Shane. Shane Douglas will tell you it's a sport. Any other person will tell you it's a sport. But, like I said, I've been a fan for 44 years. I've seen the good times of wrestling, the good, like my good friend, you know, Prince Nana would tell you that too. What's going on, Prince? Happy Labor Day to you. Because, you know, he lives around that area. But this is not my area, my town, Brooklyn. But not in my vicinity. I mean, imagine he was. I'd be hanging out with him every day. But not every day, because he's on the road so much. But I digress. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have met Joel Maximo, my mentor, and kind of got my foot in the door in the world of professional wrestling. But now it's out the door, pretty much. But it is what it is. Now, I'm not like Issa, you know, doing WWC and, you know, being on Anniversario and, you know, having viral moments with Roman, you know, and shit like that. I wish, but I mean, technically, if you think about it, I have been on Ring of Honor TV a few times. Most notably, holding up Bobby Fish for Eddie Edwards to chop to death when Ring of Honor first went on HD TV. Before they even got, like, Destination America, and, even on weird channels, yeah. Well, now they even have a fucking TV deal, technically. You know, they're on Honor Club on ringofhonorwrestling.com. You have to pay for that, I don't. By the way, thank you, Tony Khan, for putting the rest of Death Before Dishonor for free on YouTube, on the Ring of Honor Wrestling YouTube channel. The rest of the show was free. And if you do pay for Honor Club, you get the next month for free. Which is great. Or the next pay-per-view for free. Which is, Final Battle. So that's pretty damn nice for you people. Something like that. I think it's the next month or the next, whatever it may be. But thank you, Tony Khan, for putting the rest of the pay-per-view on YouTube for free. Because the streaming site was... not Triller, per se, because I got it on Triller. So... But one of the streaming sites they used, I don't think it was Honor Club, one of them, crashed. Couldn't get it back, and then Tony Khan made a late-minute decision. Put it up on YouTube for free. Why not? Everybody loved it. They got like 20,000 people watching. I think it was around 20, somewhere around there. But lots of people were watching Death Before Dishonor. And I'm telling people, go to the Ring of Honor YouTube channel! Right now, Death Before Dishonor's on. Fuck SmackDown. Nobody was watching SmackDown on Friday night because it was taped. Everybody, at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, well, I think it was around 9:30, the stream was free on YouTube. I loved it. I was like, thank you! Now can we get every pay-per-view free on YouTube? I'm just saying, fuck the $30 for ESPN. Pretty much fuck a VPN, but, you know. I mean, Ring of Honor should just do their pay-per-views on YouTube. They get a lot. I mean, a lot. Not lot, like millions, but few thousand people watching. It was nice. That's what they should do. Fuck streaming. Streaming always has problems, especially Netflix. Peacock did that a few times. Now, no more Peacock. For WWE purposes, they're going to ESPN. You just imagine how that's going to feel if you have the ESPN app. The app will crash and something will happen. I don't like it. I really don't. But you have to, if you don't have ESPN, you don't have cable or whatever or the app. But if you have it on your local cable provider, you get it. I think you get it for free, something like that. I have ESPN on my thing, so I don't have to worry about it. And I have the ESPN app on my PS5, so I'm good for WrestlePalooza, which is the first pay-per-view on ESPN. Or you just watch it on Triller or whatever you're gonna watch it on. But anyway, going away from the point, but still. Moving on. But like I said, been a fan of wrestling for all my life, and I've seen the good times, the bad times, the good times, you know, and I go to a lot of shows, and I know the fans are really energetic, they say what they have to say. Some fans go over the edge a little bit, attacking wrestlers they don't like, we had that whole Seth Rollins incident. In the back in the 80s, Roddy Piper got stabbed. I mean, because stupid fans are just stupid. I don't like you, I'm gonna fuck you up! Right. Some fans, I don't know if they're inebriated with the beer or whatever, or they're just fucking stupid, or they're high, because they smoke the weed, the ganja, whatever you want to call it. They're just out of their minds, try to go after the wrestlers. You have women, trying to touch the wrestler, the male wrestlers. I mean, in certain ways, and some of the wrestlers like, get away from me. Creepy, Even the women get stalked. I mean, we had Alexa Bliss get stalked, Sonya Deville, random things, freaking fans just swarming the freaking wrestlers at the airport, at the hotel, even outside the arena, in the parking lot area. It's insane. I know people have a love for wrestling and the wrestlers they follow, like Asuka, Rhea, Ripley, Punk, Roman, whoever it may be. That's fine and dandy, but the problem I have is with certain marks, and I'll use the term marks, even though I don't like the term. I'll use it anyway, because it's getting overinflated and shit. But certain marks in wrestling, these fucking fans, piss me off. Especially when they hound these wrestlers at the airport, at the hotel, in the parking lot. Not so much for Ring of Honor purposes, especially at the Hammerstein, because I've done it before where I would wait for the wrestlers to come out the Hammerstein. I would go into the parking lot area. But well, I'm with my friends. There's not that many people there. Mind you, it's like a few, I would say 15, 20, maybe 30 people at most in the parking lot waiting for the wrestlers, get a late picture and like, oh, this and that. I mean, that's fine and dandy, but, the wrestlers are tired. They want to go eat. They have a plane to catch to the next destination. Leave them alone. I mean, some wrestlers are like, all right, we'll take a picture with about 30, 40 fucking people. Why not? I got nothing to do, But certain people, I mean, the hounding, they're stalking them, and then they're like, oh, can you sign like 50 fucking things here? I got a box of toys, can you sign all of it? I'm like, no. I'm not gonna sign 50 fucking pictures for you, so you can sell it on eBay. Fuck that. I'll sign 1, or 2, at most 2, but I'm not signing 50. Fuck that, I got things to do. It's just retarded how these fans do that shit. I would never in my life stalk a wrestler or, I have said many bad things to certain wrestlers like Roman, I said my shit on Cena, which I completely take back. We all know we hate William Yuta here around my parts. We hate William Yuta. Darby, hi guys. I make fun of Darby. I don't hate the guy, but, he's just fucking emo. William Yuta, I think he's a great wrestler, per se. I just hate him. Not to the point I want to kill the guy, or Darby. I just hate his character, his gimmick, I just don't like it. I mean, not so much Darby. I'm talking about William Yuta. And Cena, back in the day, was just getting rammed down our throat for like 13 years. I'm like, can he turn heel? Can we get something? We need, originality here. The same fucking gimmick for 13 years. It was getting insane. People were saying, oh, Roman's been champ for 4 years. Get him off the title already. I loved it. I loved long title reigns, but then it gets a little bit excessive. Then I'm like, alright, it needs to kind of end. Athena's been a champ for almost 3 years now. But who is gonna beat her? At this point, I think I still say it's Billy Starks, or Deonna Purrazzo at this point. I don't know, but do I hate Athena? Fuck no. Love her theme. I think she's a great wrestler, But I'm not gonna stalk her outside the fucking hotel, or at the airport, or in general. I'm not gonna do that. Even to my 4 amazingly hot Asian wives, Asuka, Kairi, Io, and Mina Shirakawa, or any indie female wrestler I go see, which is rare, but because sometimes the females are on the show, but it's like one or two people from the promotion. Maybe they bring in somebody from AEW, like Julia Hart came in when she went to AEW and came back. Nyla Rose, Sonny Kiss, people like that. But I knew them, so I didn't have to go stalk them. If I wanted a picture, like, hey, Nyla, would you give me you have time to give me take a picture of me? Yeah, sure, why not? So, but I would never go to the lengths some of these fucking some of these fans do. Now, this video, and I'm getting to it, has to talk about the Rhea Ripley incident in Paris. Now, they've been in Paris since Friday. They had Clash in Paris. They got Raw's coming up in an hour. They're going to finish that and go to the States, and they're going to be hounded in the States when they come back. It's obvious. Everywhere they go, they get these fucking people just hound them. And they can't even get into their fucking rental car or Uber. It's just insane. Case in point, Rhea Ripley was in Paris. She's in Paris, obviously, now. She had an experience she'll likely want to forget, or won't forget anytime soon, for good reason, because she was coming out, I think, of the hotel, and these fans are just like, swarming. I'm like, they're at a Slayer concert. Slayer! You know, the fans just like mob the fucking stage. I've been to concerts that has happened. 36 Crazy Fists, anyone? The fans are just like swarming the stage. I'm like, where the fuck did you people come from? Or, where were you the rest of the night? What the fuck? And they're just like swarming the stage, you know, and doing the wave, and everybody's getting like pushed. And I'm in the front of the freaking barricade. I'm like, calm down! I mean, this moment's not on yet. Come on! Oh, we need to see 36 Crazy Fists. Alright, that's great and all, but I mean, calm down? I mean, never saw that back in the day when I was at In This Moment concerts, even a rinky-dink little bar, or whatever it may be. Never saw the fans do that. And when they went on first, sometimes they would go on second or third, and then the In This Moment fans would never, like, storm the stage. You're like, oh, In This Moment's coming on, well, let's get ready. You know, now it's like, oh, I gotta get near the stage. Here comes System of a Down. Korn, you know, Pantera, you know, Metallica. And the fans are just going freaking berserk. I'm like, calm down. But these people swarmed her car. I don't know if it's an Uber or her actual rental car. And the fans like mobbing her, like, look at me, Ripley, look at me, you know. And Rhea's just trying to go to wherever she's gotta go. She can't even get into her fucking car. Like 100 people are swarming her car. They had it with Sheamus, I think, I saw a picture this morning. Sheamus is at, a mall or wherever he was, and, like, people are swarming Sheamus. And then one person almost got hurt and injured, and Sheamus was like, whoa! Calm down, fella! I'm like, I know the international fans are more rabid than some of the American fans. I understand that, because it's international, you know. But still, I mean, damn. And even CM Punk got into this shit. You know. It is what it is. There's a video of it. You can watch it on X. Wherever you can, I mean, just watch. I mean, YouTube probably has it too. The video once again sparked a discussion about the role of wrestlers in public and the appropriateness of fans wanting to meet them. And on X, CM Punk called out these fans as showing an insane, in the membrane, behavior, and can only imagine how Rhea felt in the moment. Now, Punk said this behavior is insane. He can only imagine how uncomfortable she was. I would be too. I mean, especially for a female wrestler. All these fucking, you know, testosterone fucking douchebags. Hey, Rhea, can I touch your boobs? You know. Asuka gets the same treatment. And all the ladies get the fucking same treatment. Roxanne Perez was stalked at a certain point. She had to come in with security. And now, thankfully, I believe finally, WWE and wrestling gets it that these fucking fans are fucking nuts. And now, most of the wrestlers are now getting a security escort in and out of wherever they're gonna be, especially for events. But they should have an escort wherever they go. Not so much the bathroom per se, but, you know. Or they're coming out of Target. They're coming out of Walgreens. You know, or they just go into a nice fancy restaurant. And then, next thing you know, oh, there's like 50 people outside the restaurant. They're like, I'm gonna wait for Asuka. I'm gonna get a picture. You think Asuka's gonna have time to sign your autograph when she just ate? I mean, come on. What are you doing here? I just had sushi, you know? No. Get out of here. Oh, nice to see you, but get out of here. I got things to do. But, Yeah. These fans are just fucking insane. And even Rhea herself shared on X a statement, which I'll read, and I quote, "Remember, we are people, do not swarm me or anyone like a pack of rabid zombies." Ugh, planes, something like that. No one should ever be pushed up against an Uber driver's door. Damn. And completely mobbed like I just experienced. Use common courtesy and humanity. No means no. What the fuck? Male fans, mind you. You don't see female fans doing that shit. Especially, well, maybe the certain male wrestlers. I don't think I ever saw an incident like that in my life. But with female fans, I understand that because guys are fucking, But I would never in my life, and I'm being real here, I would never do the Asuka, Kairi, Io, Mina, even Rhea Ripley, or any female wrestler on the AEW roster, NXT, WWE roster, even indie girls, or from Stardom or whatever they come from. I never would ever do that. Because I know as much as, I love to see them, like, oh, I want to touch their boob, stuff like that. But, I'm funny when I do my videos about it, but when I say, oh, Asuka, Kairi, and Io in my bed, and I have a fatal four-way with them in my bedroom, I'm being funny, and not meaning like I actually want to do it, but, But I know I think you know where I'm coming from, but if you don't, then you got problems. But man, I feel for Rhea. I feel for Roxanne Perez. All these women wrestlers that get mobbed by the guys because they have this insatiable freaking lust and simp for these women. Yeah, I'll admit I simp for Asuka and I'll simp for Kairi and Io and Mina and people like Mandy Rose, Mandy Rose and, Tiffany Stratton, people like that because they're good looking, but I'm not going to go to those lengths. I'll simp for them like, oh, I wish she was in my bedroom, like, I'm like, figuratively speaking, not real life shit. I got my own problems at home, so, Rosa, like certain wrestlers, not all of them, but certain wrestlers, but she's not going to go to those type of lengths, come on. But, she likes Bobby Roode, but, Rosa wouldn't go outside a freaking hotel room and stalk Roman Reigns or something like that. She does acknowledge the tribal chief. He's like, now it's me too. But that's another story for another time. But yeah, the ladies don't do it to that extent, but it's mostly males. Because, they're probably virgins, and they're like, I never saw a girl before in my life. I want to touch Asuka's boobs. But, I agree with Rhea. Don't swarm the wrestlers. Let them get into their car. If they want to take pictures, back it up a little bit. Or else you're going to get popped in the mouth. Then again, maybe it won't be a good idea to pop somebody in the mouth, because then you get big trouble. But, like Rhea says, use common courtesy, step back a little bit from your simping. You want to, shove your dick, thing up her butt or whatever. Come on. It's just not good at all. Not a good look for the fans, and it makes you look like fucking douchebags. Anyway, the topic of fans going too far with wrestlers often comes up. Saraya or Paige recently changed her policy for meeting fans because, fans like, grab her boobs, at meet and greets. So basically it's like, don't touch me and shit like that because of the indecent touching and shit. I understand that, yeah, because guys, they want to hug them, they want to take provocative pictures with them. It's stupid. Just shake their hand, and if they want to put their arm around you, that's fine, but don't, let your hands start wandering down their back, touching their ass, because that'd be stupid. I don't do that. When if I meet a female wrestler, sometimes, I'm shy sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, when I meet people and, male wrestlers, female wrestlers, mainly females, I'm kind of like, should I, I'll ask beforehand. It's like, can I put my arm around you? If they want to do it, I'm like, fine, okay, no problem. But, but it is what it is. I mean, I took a picture with Victoria, 2 pictures with Victoria, and, she put the women's championship on me, and then, put her arm around me, then she, choked me out almost. Nothing wrong with that, but I mean, I was kind of like, shit! I took pictures with Taya Valkyrie, Angelina Love, Miranda Alizé, Shotzi, Tasha Steelz. All the female wrestlers I met and I took pictures with, I never showed them disrespect or anything. Even people like Maria Kanellis Bennett, she slipped me once at a meet and greet because it was a package thing for pictures and shit. But I was like, all right, no problem. But I know I wasn't mad, but it is what it is. Kelly Klein, my sweetheart, Kelly Klein, we remember her. Some of you do, some of you don't. Very nice to me. Scarlett Bordeaux took a couple of pictures with me. Not with Killer Cross, obviously, I wish, but it was very nice to Scarlett, because I knew her from Ring of Honor when I met her a couple times at WrestlePro. Very nice to me, and, all the female wrestlers, I'm always respectful. I talk to them here a little bit, says, I love your work, stuff like that, even... do I have to point Abaddon? My demonic friend Abaddon. I talked to her about, Rosemary, because, they had a little, not a thing, but, I said, because, Rosemary was kind of saying, because Rosemary is a dark character. I said, your arch nemesis, Rosemary, was kind of mentioning you on her Twitch stream. So I mentioned it to Abaddon. Abaddon's like, oh, really? It was actually true. I'm not lying about that. So, yeah. So, Abaddon. I was very respectful to Abaddon. And, Xia Brookside, Julia Hart, we talked to her a little bit. But I'm always respectful to the ladies, and even the guys. I met Aleister Black, otherwise known as Tommy End. Eddie Kingston, even though he's some guy said something about his thing with Mia Yim back in the day. I'm like, oh boy, no. But Eddie Kingston was very respectful to me. Johnny Gargano, Ciampa, Jay Lethal. I mean, all the male wrestlers I always showed respect to at meet and greets. And that's how I am, meeting wrestlers or celebrities like, Ozzy, whatever it may be. I'm always respectful. I don't swarm them. I don't stalk them online or anything like that. Because, people think I stalk people like Issa or, whoever it may be. I don't do that. I'm not that type of person. Because people think about my past and anything, stupidity, but it's besides the point. But I never would show disrespect to a wrestler at a meet and greet. As much as I hate them, their character, but if I meet them, I'm like, I'm respectful. I don't show my anger. I'm like, I hate you, William Yuta, or Darby. I'm like, if I met Darby, I'm like, hey, Darby, what's going on? Good work, man. Good work, good match. I saw your match on Dynamite. It was great. Thank you. Shake hands and take a picture and then done. Same thing with William Yuta. I just fucking hate him. But I would take a picture with him. It's like, I love your work, man. But these fans, I gotta say something. You fans that do this shit should be banned from the arenas. Banned completely from wrestling events and the arenas that they go to for doing this shit. And I'm glad that it took this long for wrestling in general to get it through their heads. We should have some security guards, with some of these big name wrestlers. I assume the same thing happens with NXT wrestlers, because they really don't go out of Orlando or the Florida area for house shows purposes, but, when they go to pay-per-view, like they go to Philly, they go to some hick town in Indianapolis, or whatever it may be, you see them out and about, there's some fans that go after them, like, oh, They get like, oh, Phil Henley, how's it going, JC Jane, well, God forbid Jasmine, but, guys, girls, learn boundaries. Boundaries. Learn what that means. Because you people, some of you fucktards out there just go way beyond meet and greets. Like, oh, I saw this hot chick, this hot women's wrestler. Ugh. I see pictures, I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, if you know the wrestler for a while and they know you, then I can understand a big hug, stuff like that. But if they don't know you from a hole in the wall, you're gonna go up to them and give them a big fucking hug. It looks really kind of suspicious. And then the wrestler's like, oh, I don't want to deal with them. Just act natural. Shake their hand. If they have a policy or they can't touch them, at least shake their hand. I don't think that's wrong to shake someone's hand. I'm just saying. I mean, if Soraya doesn't want anybody touching her to the point where you can't shake her hand, I think that's a little bit, like, hey, Soraya, you can't shake her hand. I mean, but still. But, I mean, if the wrestlers have certain things, like, oh, don't, don't touch me, don't do that. I mean, if you ask a wrestler, doesn't matter who it is, if it's Roman or it's Seth Rollins, and you ask him nicely, hey Seth, can I put my arm around you or whatever? Some of the wrestlers say it's okay, but then again, who knows where their hands might go? Like I said before, but I understand that. But until fans start respecting some boundaries, they shouldn't be surprised if more wrestlers becomes really strict at meet and greets with fans, meeting them, they can get near them and stuff like that. CM Punk had that where I don't know if she was a porno actress or whatever she was, started groping. CM Punk was taking a picture with somebody, and then this girl's like grabbing his chest. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It is just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling that these wrestlers now are, concerned for their safety because, God forbid, somebody has a gun, somebody has a knife, they want to shank them or something like that, which I don't condone. As much as you hate the wrestler because they stiffed you at a meet and greet or whatever it may be, who gives a fuck? Get over it. But, like I said before, these fucking marks piss me off when I read something like this. With the Rhea Ripley incident, the Sheamus incident, and even going back to Roxanne Perez, the stalking of Sonya Deville and Alexa Bliss. Ugh. It just pisses me off. Boundaries, my friend. Learn it. And if you can't learn it, you should not be a wrestling fan. Or a fan in general. Would it be you have a favorite actor, an actress, a favorite musician, a favorite band. You're gonna act like this. Like these fucking marks did, you should not even be a fan. Just don't even go to the fucking shows. Just stay home and do something. Do something, But it is what it is. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I gotta do my Clash in Paris review, and then I'm gonna go watch Monday Night Raw on my VPN. Then I'm gonna get out of here because I got other things to do. But long story short, guys, boundaries. That's all I gotta say. Boundaries. Moving. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you got something to say, put it down below in the comment section. But don't leave stupid comments because you're going to get blocked and treated like a bitch. So, that's all I got to say about that. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel. Let's get this popping. You know, because this is my channel is very, you know, I get a lot of hits. Not a lot, but you know. On average, I'm over 100 to a lot. I mean, as much as 3,000 hits on some of my rants. Because nobody can out-rant me, because there's nobody worthy to out-rant me. JD can't. He knows he can't. Joe Cronin may be giving a run for my money. Issa does some good rants, and she could put me, you know, in my place here and there, but other people on this website, and in general, no chance. And I don't have to go on panels to prove it. I don't need to. I don't need to, because it's just the same fucking boring argument. Give me something to actually talk about. If not, shut the fuck up. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. And until next time, boundaries. Peace.